Welcome to our usual Monday day. Boy, let's restart it, Michael. Rewind it. Welcome to another episode of the Talking Shop Podcast. I'm Josh from Grand Slam Cards. We're Jacob-less today, but we've got Michael from Medium Rare Cards. Did y'all didn't do one last week, right?
We didn't. No, we kept punting and punting and punting, so we did not get to one. So this is forgive me, these may be a little bit dated, but we got a couple more topics we could talk about. But let me just do a quick rundown, Jacob. Hopefully you can join us so that I do not have to do the back and forth thing. I just can't. So Josh, you just recently had a birthday. I want to talk about that. We had Labor Day weekend. Josh, you were again out of town. I want to hear this phone story, which is always fun. Leaf went full Scorsese with a Goodfellas quad auto. We're going to see if you think that that's better than the Back to the Future auto that we covered a couple weeks ago. Kaboom collectors are fighting over sideways versus vertical. Pokemon revealed artwork stretched across 5 different sets. Pitchers are swinging bats on their own cards. And yes, Topps Chrome SpongeBob is really a thing. As always, we will hit what's new in the shop and Josh will close out with crazy stat of the week. But first, happy belated birthday.
Yeah.
How much closer are you to 50?
I'm now closer to 50 than I am 40. I am 46.
My goodness. But so, and then you went out of town for a couple weekends. Where have you been? You've been like a globetrotter.
Yes. So yeah, it's not often 2 weekends in a row, but just the way our schedules lined up, we went. So this is how blank. Where did we go last weekend? Did I say where I went last weekend?
It happens. You get over 45, and it
really does happen. Well, let's start with this weekend. So we went with some families from church to Jellystone Park. It's up in North Carolina. It's a big, huge park / campground / cabins, and there's all sorts of different activities on the property to do. There's the big, hey, Walt says happy birthday. Thanks, Walt. And Vincent was the first to comment. You were the first of a few, Vincent. But thank you. But no, it's cool. We've got one here in Rock Hill called Southtown Wake Park. But this part of it, they've got the big inflatables out on the lake.
Oh yeah.
And you can swim out there, wear a life jacket, you bounce around and run around and jump off of it and everything. Well, amongst that, I took my iPhone out there onto it to record me and my kids jumping off of the big tall part, and I was supposed to get slow motion videos like we usually do, and I'm usually very careful with my phone. And long story short, it ended up in the lake, and me thinking it was probably 12, 15 feet deep at most. I'm like, life jacket off, hold my life jacket, I'm going down. I dive down and swim down, and then I could not touch the bottom. So then I came to the top and figured I'm toast. So for 2 days, I didn't have a phone or any connection with anyone back here. But everything went fine, and yeah.
How was it without a phone for 2 days? Is it something you would ever do on purpose?
No. No. Oh, maybe if all those around me also didn't have phones, but you just underestimate when you're gone on a trip how much you use it for. Yeah. Even there at the campground to look up the hours for different activities or just anything you want to Google. Obviously, sports scores on NFL weekend. The guys already knew the service wasn't great up there, so I warned them right before I lost that phone. I said, I'll probably be unavailable.
Oh, my gosh.
Just kind of make some executive decisions without me, but yeah, I don't recommend it.
That is funny. Well, while you were gone, I hunted down some stories. I wanted to talk to you and Jacob about. Hopefully he can join us. But this came across my desk, and I mentioned it in the chat. So personally, you said, nah, this one doesn't stand up to the Back to the Future. Yeah, I think the one that we showed 2 cards. was the Michael J. Fox card and then a triple auto. I would venture to guess that, and I would agree with you, Josh. I'm a big Back to the Future guy. I am also a pretty big Goodfellas guy. This is pretty strong, man.
Yeah,
you guys are
I might have said.
if you guys are just listening, we're looking at a quad auto with Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci, Lorraine Bracco, and Paul Sorvino. This is strong as new rope, but I want to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, so if you put a gun in my head and I had to guess which one would maybe sell for more, this one wouldn't surprise me. The Back to the Future one is just the one I was saying was better, I guess, just better in my own opinion. But a lot. I like Paul Sorvino. I didn't know. So were these people all in Goodfellas? Is that what you're saying? They were. So good ladies and Goodfellas.
And just to correct you, Josh, it's Goodfellas.
Fellas, yeah.
Fellas with a hard AS on there. Fellas, not a hard OWS. Just correcting you there.
Paul Sorvino was the bad guy gangster in, I think it was The Rocketeer, which is one of my all-time favorite movies. I don't know if you're familiar with that movie, but I'm pretty sure he was the bad guy. It's a family-friendly Disney adventure movie that was back in the early 2000s, I think.
I can't remember the main character's name in real life, but I do know wasn't there a Howard Hughes character?
Yeah. And he invented the rocket pack.
He was played by Terry O'Quinn, who was John Locke in Lost.
You are correct. Yes, he played Howard Hughes in it. So yeah, Paul Sorvino played Eddie Valentine. He is the leader of the Valentine gang.
Yes, and
if you have not seen Disney's The Rocketeer, what year was it? 91. I was way off, but I was a kid when this came out, and it holds up today. I watched it not long ago. It still holds up today. It's really good.
It does. Well, Josh, let's jump to new in the shop. We haven't done an episode, I think, in a couple release cycles, so there should be plenty to talk about here. What's new in the shop?
So a couple. I'll do from memory a few things that came out last week. Impeccable Baseball was a last week release. We've got Haunted Hoops. No. The Score Trick or Treat Halloween football. We've got packs of that in the shop. Let's see, Impeccable. There's been a product that has come and gone. This is apparent. My brain is just completely gone because
it happens after you're 45.
Is that what it is? 45? Well, then why was it good a few weeks ago? Because I was 45.
It's like milk. Like that's why you throw away milk right after expiration date. Milk magically goes bad after 45.
Yeah, I feel like
there are two things that you start losing. Memory is one of them, and I can't remember the second.
Yeah, it's like the signs of a genius that poor memory, and the other one is I can't remember. So yeah, those are the big ones. Origins football came out. Yeah, but let's talk about this week because we're not in the past. We're in this week. So
there we go.
Wednesday, we got a couple cool things. Tier 1 baseball. That'll be on the shelves on Wednesday. A new one, Inception Basketball from Topps. And then from Panini, Obsidian Basketball. Those are both this week. There's also Leaf Baseball Nation is Wednesday as well. And Panini has a product called Squishmallow Halloween Treat Pack. And believe it or not, I think I have those coming. And those release Wednesday. It's a Panini product, so
do these have a Squishmallow in them? Like a mystery Squishmallow?
I don't think there's cards in these at all. I think it's just you get a Squishmallow little character, and they're like that little. I don't know. I saw it come across. I said it's Panini. It's Halloween. It's not expensive. Let's get it just in case. So, but yeah, we were going to talk Bowman Chrome. Remember, that's on the docket here soon. It's been pushed a little bit. It looks like the 24th. So we're a little over 2 weeks away from Bowman Chrome baseball. So hang on if you are after that.
As a shop owner, when things get bumped like that, is there any reason? Do they give you a reason, or they're just saying it's been delayed?
Yeah, it's just been bumped. Okay. I think the release date for that product, I don't feel like it was ever set in stone. And when I Googled it, it was kind of like the approximate release date. I never got a solid release date. So it might be that people were kind of assuming like the 10th, I think, is when it was originally assumed. And then Topps officially said, no, this is when it is. So
interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right. Well, before we get to more hobby news, let's hear a word from our sponsor.
Are you looking to get your cards graded? Well, here at Grand Slam, we've simplified the process of submitting and getting a card graded. All you have to do is drop off your cards and kick your feet up, while our transparent tracking ensures that you are up to date with every detail along the way. When you log into our website, you'll immediately be greeted with each card in the grading process, along with where it's at in the process and its final grade. And with over 1,000 submissions and some of the top cards across the country being submitted through us, we have become a well-trusted source to handle and submit your cards. So you can do more collecting and leave the chore of grading to us. So don't sit on grading your cards. Get them submitted today at Grand Slam, where grading's made easy.
Awesome. So, Josh, if you had a preference on card orientation in general, because I know you're a Brady guy and some of those older Bradys are horizontal, but if you had a preference, horizontal versus vertical, and why?
Horizontal, because I feel like you can get more of a good picture that really captures the essence of what's going on in that card. So, and I think horizontal cards display nicer. I don't know. You just get more of the picture, I guess. But for collecting / reselling, vertical, because they'll end up in a slab or a case of some kind. And so why we've talked about this before, other grading companies haven't came up with horizontal slabs yet. I think I might know the answer, because HGA does it,
right.
And tried, but maybe when the cards are all stacked in a box with all other cards, they're different shapes in a slab. So that would throw off a lot of that too. Maybe just consistency across the casing is the main reason why they don't do it.
Well, the reason why I ask is I saw this is a few weeks old, but this is a little bit against what I thought the hobby thought was more desirable. So if you guys are just listening, there are some average sale prices. This is from Market Movers of Kabooms, and Kabooms are sought after. I think there's a consensus that on down the road, Kabooms will probably be like the PMGs. They're not quite as rare as PMGs, but they're going to be looked at as very collectible in the future. And I always thought that Kabooms would follow traditional card orientation as far as being collectible or desirable. It doesn't look like it, Josh. It looks like, it looks fairly close. So if you guys are just listening, we're looking at this, and I can't really see the names. It looks like there's a LeBron, there's a Wemby, there's a couple other players, but it looks like the horizontal orientation for these Kabooms is holding up. And look at this. And I can't answer this question. Do you have any insight on this? Are horizontal Kabooms more rare?
So yeah, they were in a football product they did I don't know if that, I feel like over time, like 1 year, like horizontal kabooms are a lot tougher. And then the next year, it kind of becomes more of the norm. They mix them in, and then it's kind of same odds type of thing. I should probably know that. But I think at one point when they started doing those, the horizontal ones were, I almost want to say, and again, here's my 46-year-old brain, but same product, same player, horizontal and vertical kabooms. And it was like one of them was rarer than the other. That I could be wrong on that. Or if I'm wrong, it's something like that, as if there wasn't two of the same player, but they were mixing in horizontal kabooms into the product, and it was we're here. So let's, as I'm staring at two of the same of each player, are those out of different year products? I wonder. Do you know that answer on the picture?
I do not. I didn't even think it was going to be close. I just thought that because traditionally the vertical card of the player has always just been more sought after, and I think that's just been a thing, right? That's not just because of grading,
right?
Yeah. That's always just been a thing because it just presents better in a collection. And so, but it doesn't look like. I mean, it may have to do with rarity, but it may have to do with a bit of a shift. The horizontal is more sought after because it just looks better because of an action pose or whatever. But I don't know. I just thought this was super interesting. Maybe there's a shift. For years, it's not just the Kaboom. It's the color blasts were always. I think they just came out with vertical color blast cards. But all those are typically the horizontal orientation, the dual downtowns. The shop pulled an enormous dual downtown a few weeks ago. That was horizontal. So there may be a bit of a shift in what the market wants. I don't know. Drop it in the comments, guys. Which one do you prefer? If you had to choose between a vertical or horizontal Kaboom of a player out of the same year. So let's just say they're both rookie Kabooms. Would you rather have a vertical or a horizontal one?
Doesn't it look like, the horizontal ones just look, you just get more of the player in there, right? It's just a better, none of them are ugly. Don't get me wrong. They all look good, but
they look great.
The horizontal ones just seem to present better in my opinion too.
Well, speaking of presenting, and I can't speak to this at all. I want to know whether or not you knew this, but apparently,
yeah.
So collector finds hidden artwork spread across Pokemon cards. The Pokemon Vault Chronicles, that's the handle, cut out and connected card art from 5 different sets to create a scenic mega artwork. It's crazy to see how far Pokemon Company plans their business. You can see 5 different sets are forming a single art. This is simply amazing. Wow.
Yeah, you thought you had a lot of free time. Wait till you meet this guy.
Did I ever say that out loud? I don't think I've ever said that out loud.
No, that's so I guess I didn't realize until just now. I've seen this before and I thought, oh, that's cool. You can put some of the cards together and it makes sense and what a good idea. But across different sets was new to me till just now. So these are cards that release months apart. These are sets that release months apart from each other, and you can put them together to form these pictures. So yeah, that's you're
gonna have to destroy some cards, right?
Yeah, it looks like he did. Those are just base cards anyway. So
but wow,
yeah, that's cool.
It is super cool. So well thought out. Now you see these with like patches, right? Like you've seen like the hockey cards where the last one I saw was a Blackhawks player, and it was the whole Blackhawks logo patch.
Yeah.
And it just, if you had to collect all of them to get that's super cool. But to plan this out, wow. All right, next story. And I didn't think that this was a thing or even mentionable. And I don't think it would be unless there was a guy named Shohei playing. But these are pitching legends that are hitting on baseball cards. And so it's Shohei's just changing everything, right? But so it looks like this is I'm guessing this is out of archives. It is. So out of archives, Bartolo Colon looking like he
hit a home run at least. I don't know if Randy Johnson ever hit a home run, did he?
How do you hit a home run? This could be like a deep drive to shortstop.
Well, I know he's hit a home run because it's a famous video watching him trot the bases and try not to laugh, and the dugout's loving it.
And then there's Randy Johnson, Strasburg, Felix. Who is this? Roger Clemens. Kershaw. This is a more modern one. So, I didn't think this was as a thing anymore. This has to be spring training, batting practice. He's not doing this in the game, right?
2022. Probably that had to be because he was a rookie in 22. So
yeah, it's super. It's a short print. It's not a super short print.
Yeah, I do think they should make them short prints for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
Fun chases.
Absolutely. So let me ask you a couple questions, Josh. Is this a thing? Does this get any more attention because if Shohei isn't doing this on the regular, or is this because of Shohei?
I don't think they did this because of Shohei, but I don't know. It maybe loses a little bit of its luster because we've seen Ohtani batting. You go back and you look at some of these, like that one comment up there said such a different vibe. It is like, that's why they should do things like this as the super short prints instead of just like an image variation. It needs to be something unique. It should be like, you remember like Gypsy Queen does the hats off variation. So if you had a card and you could see the player didn't have a hat or a helmet on, you knew it was a short print. It was the no hat variation. And the Jackie Robinson variation, where if you could see the player wearing 42 in the picture, it was a short print. I like stuff like that. If you're going to short print them, give it some sort of unique feel to it.
So in basketball, you can't do this because everybody's on the floor, right? But imagine Topps doing this if a quarterback or a lineman. Like a lineman carrying the ball, that would be cool as a short print.
Yeah. Or a quarterback making a tackle
or catching the ball. Or like who's the punter that has he's got a huge following, Pat
McAfee.
Yeah. If they do like a throwback of him just killing somebody on the sideline as short prints, I think that would be fantastic.
I found out a friend of mine said one of the fantasy leagues he was either in or one of the ones he had heard about. They made because you can structure your point system however you want. So they made it to where if your quarterback gets a tackle in a game, it's worth 100 points. So basically you could stink all week long, but if your quarterback made a tackle, you would probably win that week. And I was like,
oh, absolutely.
That's such a cool idea to do for a fun fantasy football league.
That is. I'm so bad at fantasy football. And I think I'm even worse at football pools. It's like I'm just donating. It's terrible. Did you run one for the shop?
Yeah, I'm in 4. The shop has one. The guys at my church have one. One from my old job many, many, many years ago. We kind of still keep that one going. And then a friend group, I'm in one each year. So I think I'm slated to win 2 for sure. I'm going to lose 1 for sure. And 1 still on the fence tonight. I think DeAndre Swift is who I'm banking on. But
well, we'll have to do a deeper dive into fantasy football next episode and talk about why or how it would affect any sort of collecting. So next story, there's a thing coming to America next year, Josh. It's going to be enormous, and I think it's going to be enormous for the hobby. It's called the World Cup. I don't know if you've heard of that, non-soccer dude.
I have heard of it.
And so gold and green Kabooms are back in 2025 Prizm Club World Cup. Holy cow. It looks like that's the checklist for it, but I just mentioned the Color Blast. That's going to be in the World Cup. Hopefully one of my favorite parallels in Prizm World Cup is National Landmarks. If you haven't seen these parallels, they're like a national take on a downtown. So they have their country represented in the background.
Yeah, that's
and
cool.
those will have a one of one low numbered parallels as well with those. So are you going to do anything different as a card shop owner based on the World Cup coming next year? I've got to ask.
Try to carry more soccer for sure. I mean, we do put in requests for all of the top products that come out for sure. So just going to be hoping we get that. And
I mean, you're always buying at shows, right? Don't you have one of those signs? Always buying.
Yeah, right. Everyone's always buying it.
Always buying. Are you going to be intentional? I don't want you to show your hand too much, but is that going to be something to where when you send your guys out to shows, are you going to be like, you got any soccer? I mean, is that something that you guys are going to be intentional about?
No, I don't think we'll be super intentional like that, but we just won't turn it down.
Okay.
If it's good soccer product for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
It
may also mean you got to pay a little stronger for it too, perhaps. But.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, me and a mutual friend, we were talking about soccer, and I'm just throwing it out there. So I think the U.S. has like 10, they're called friendlies, to where they'll play other countries to prepare for the World Cup, to get their guys some reps, right? Because world soccer is just so fragmented. It's not like they could play against each other all the time. So they have these friendly matches. The U.S. just played South Korea this past weekend. And this leads up to the World Cup. I think the time, if you guys are looking to get into soccer, I'm just going out on a limb. I think the window is between now and the first of the year, maybe bleeding into January. In fact, I think the moment the playoffs start and all eyeballs, like when playoffs get locked in, that's like the last moment to buy soccer, because everybody's going to be looking towards football. And then once football ends, it's going to be bananas. World Cup soccer in America it's going to be bananas. I'm calling it now. Would you ever go to a World Cup match, Josh?
No.
I think the closest venue is going to be Atlanta.
No, probably not. But would I watch it on TV? Yes.
We're going to have it on at the
That's
shop.
A step up.
Yes. The fact that it's just going to be in the same freaking time zone is going to be refreshing. I mean, last time the World Cup, it was I think it was in Qatar. So you're catching, you're having to get up early to catch it, or, ignore a Twitter feed if you don't want to be surprised. All right. Last story. Please tell me you know about this and that you're going to get a ton of it.
I've been disconnected yeah, I do know a little bit about it.
2025 Topps Chrome SpongeBob are on the way. I don't know. I'm not a SpongeBob kind of guy, so this doesn't resonate with me. Josh, did your kids get into this?
Yeah, a little bit, not a ton. It's funny. I do have blasters allocated from Tops of this product, so we'll at least have blasters when they launch. I put in a request for more. We'll see what happens. Often I don't get too lucky on that because they probably don't make a ton of this like they would baseball and some of the others. But I am excited that we got a case of blasters at least ordered.
Yeah.
I think I might.
Are you excited? Are you excited about this product at all?
I am, because it's so niche that it's going to sell well. And I love anything that's fun and is going to sell well. So I want to say, when do those release? I want to say I got charged this morning for those.
Can't wait. What's the release date? I don't know, man.
Dude says he was a sketch artist on this.
Who?
That dude in the comment said he was.
Oh. Well,
I can tell you here. I can tell you when the release date is
for you. Oh my gosh!
I think
everybody's so fired up about it.
I can tell you. Hold on, I just got to get to it.
Guys, while he's doing that, if you're catching this now or on a replay, are you excited about Topps Chrome SpongeBob? All I want is a pineapple under the sea. Are they going to have a pineapple card? I want a pineapple card.
Let's see here. I'm just going to go by what Topps potentially says is the release date. Street date, October 1st.
That's coming.
So not far. And that's not a set in stone date, but that's when they send us out the allocation. It gives us at a street date, and it does change sometimes. So
yeah,
right now, tentative street date of October 1st.
Oh my gosh. At least the autos look like they're from the artist and it doesn't say SpongeBob.
Right.
Like the Hulk auto says Hulk.
That's way more important in my opinion.
I don't know. For me, I'd buy a blaster or a hobby box and then just sit on it. I don't know if I'm opening this. I think the first release of this, if there's any other ones coming, I think the first release of this may have some collectability if you kept it sealed. That's my take on it.
Yeah. Let's flash back for a second here. Andrew says the age-old question for horizontal cards: when in a top loader, is it the left or is the right the top? I've always wondered that as well. I always go the right is the top, but tomato, right?
Well, for me, sometimes horizontal cards have a vertical back. So I'll go to the back first to see so that the back is right side up.
That's probably, you got to go that route for that. So let's see. Walt's got a few. Kaboom in downtown will hold increase no matter what sport and future player worthy investment. Yeah, for sure. Those seem to just be the two case hits that have just the hobby has latched onto and won't let go of.
I want a SpongeBob Kaboom.
Awesome. Walt says, I wish all hobby stores had access to availability to Topps Chrome boxing. That was one we tried to get as well. Yeah, he was a boxer, been very sad chasing the product growing daily in price. No local stores having it. Yeah, that's a tough one. I think it's just the case of it's niche and they just can't print as much as they can baseball and some of the other products. And so by the time the big breakers get it and then it makes its way down to the hobby shops, it's just some of the smaller shops just don't get it, unfortunately. He says soccer will boom and he will buy some SpongeBob if his daughter wants some. So we'll have it on launch day, at least blasters. So
awesome. Well, guys, before Josh jumps into crazy stat of the week, a couple things. We got a couple breaks. We have a few breaks on the break page. Josh, you got to give me your line here. What do we
flush these turds?
There you go.
Except they're not turds. They're great.
They're not. They're not. Guilty. I have not purchased into that golf break. I may just do that, but check out the break page. And if you guys have made it this far, please like, subscribe, comment, leave a review. Josh, give us this week's crazy stat.
I actually do have a good one. It's current, and I saved it. It has to do with this weekend's football weekend. Did you know no quarterback this century has scored on every possession of a football game until a quarterback did it this weekend? This quarterback scored on all 7 drives. Guess who this quarterback is?
I hate to say this out loud. It's Daniel Jones.
It's Daniel Jones, baby. I saw a great meme. It was the dude with the confused face, and it says, Daniel Jones out here looking like Peyton Manning while Russell Wilson's out here looking like Daniel Jones.
What
are you doing?
1 second. Yes.
Drinking beers.
Yes. 1 second, John.
We got a cameo. He's blurry.
Yes. No, I saw that, and then I was like, oh my gosh, is this for real? Because I had a chance to pick him up. No one started this guy in fantasy football.
No, I would still tread carefully, but maybe this is a good fit.
Yes. So, anyway, great crazy stat, guys. Jacob, you were missed. Josh, thanks again for taking some time out.
Short and sweet.
Yes, short and sweet this week. We're going to get back on schedule, guys. Like I said, thanks for joining us, and we will see you guys next week. Later.
Peace.
Where's the outro? Oh, there it is.
Come see us at the shop.